Good morning, dear children. Today in this class, I am going to take a new lesson, and the name of the lesson is Force and Energy. Children, in this lesson, we will learn about effects of force, types of forces, simple machine, energy and its types, and law of conservation of energy. Children, today I will take only two subtopics, that is effects of force and types of forces. First of all, let us understand what is force. Children, what do you observe in this slide? Yes, a man is standing in front of this heavy load, is pulling the object, and another man is standing behind that heavy load, is pushing that object. Why they are doing so? Yes, they are doing this for moving that heavy load from one place to another place. So they are applying force in form of push or pull. So we can say a force is a push or pull that acts on an object. Children, force can change the motion of an object and it can change the shape of an object. We cannot see force, but we can see their effects. Children, when we apply force, we can see different effects on an object. So first, you can see in this picture, a boy is moving that tire with the help of a stick. So for this, he is applying his force to move this tire. So you can say force can move a stationary objects. Here you can see that man is moving this wheelbarrow applying force. Second effect of the force is that force can stop a moving object. Here in this slide you can see how the boy catches the ball and the ball stops moving. Here this goalkeeper also stopped the ball by catching it. Children, third effect of the force is that it can change the direction of any object. Here the ball changes direction and moves away from the batter. Children, next effect of the force is that it can change the shape of an object. Here in this slide you can see how the hand is applying force to change the shape of this cane. So children, you can say a force can change the shape of an object. Now children, we will know about different types of forces. There are so many types of forces like gravitational force, frictional force, elastic force, mechanical force, muscular force, buoyant force, etc. Now we will learn about them one by one. Children, have you ever think why do the fruits and leaves always falling down the tree to the surface of the ground? Yes, you children are correct. This is due to force of attraction that pulls the objects towards the earth. Children, all the objects are pulled towards the earth by this attractive force known as gravitational force. There is no gravitational force in space. That is why things float in space. Children, what do you observe in this picture? It is very difficult to roll this heavy load on this rough surface. Why it is happen? It happens due to the frictional force. Children, When you roll a ball on the ground, it slows down and finally stops after some times. This is because of a force called frictional force, and this frictional force is very important. Okay, and children, we would slip if frictional force is absent. On a smooth surface, the frictional force is less, so we can fall easily on the smooth surface, as you can see in this picture. Children, what do you see in this picture? A man is applying his force to stretch the spring, and when he leaves the spring, it comes back in its original shape. So, anything deformed tries to regain its original shape, and this is due to elastic force. Children, this happens with catapult also, and due to elastic force, it gets deformed, and when it releases, it comes back in its original shape. Children, next is muscular force. When we apply our muscles forcefully to do any work is known as muscular force. Here you can see how this weightlifter lift heavy loads applying his muscles. Children, in this picture you can see mechanical force. It is used by machines to do work. Here you can see how a person put a nail in the wall with help of hammer. Children, we apply our force on hammer so that hammer work and the nail goes easily in the wall. Children, next is buoyant force. Upward pulling force created by water on the object is called buoyant force. If you try to push an empty bottle in the water, it pushed back on the surface of water, and this happens due to the buoyant force. A buoyant force is heavy, the object float on the surface of the water, and if buoyant force are less, the objects sink in the water. Children, hope you all have understood about the force and its type. Please do read lesson thoroughly and learn the spellings of difficult words. Thank you and have a good day.